time when they get a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and record the session just so that they can join in with us at their own leisure. But I'll go ahead and kick us off. Like I said, my name is Kayla Ramey. I am the Outreach Program Coordinator here in the Office of Employer Engagement and Experiential Learning. So basically, I am just kind of the cheerleader, the guide, help you get started here at Columbus State, help you get started in one of these programs, and also kind of walk you through the steps of what that looks like all the way up until your first day of classes, when I would hand you off to your advisors for the rest of your path here. So I'm excited to be here. I thank you for taking some time out of your evening. I know at least where I am, the rain has finally broken, the sun is shining, so makes it a little bit difficult to be inside, but we're glad you're here. So tonight we're here to talk about the Modern Manufacturing Work Study Program. I have with us and for you one of our students who is currently going through the interview process of this program, as well as one of our employer partners, and I'll introduce them here after we do a quick overview of the program and give them some time to really talk about their experience as an employer with this program, as well as the experience as a student going through this program live in real time. Just finished interview week, a lot of craziness going on, and so I'm excited for you guys to get to hear from them as well. So I'll keep my time short as to not take up time for questions and hearing from them. So like I said, we're going to talk about the program, have you kind of meet our employer partners, and well, this one says alumni, but she's actually a current student, and getting started. And then we'll talk about how you can get started yourself. So I have a quick video. This is a recap video from our event we had with some employers back in this autumn. So we'll play this. Please let me know if you can't hear it in the chat box.
Due to manufacturing being a critical sector of the Ohio economy, the college places special attention in developing manufacturing career paths. Ohio's manufacturing sector employs just under 706,000 people, and with manufacturing accounting for 17% of GDP and transportation and trade 16% of GDP, these fields represent 1/3 of our gross domestic product in Ohio.
We have 85% conversion to full-time employment through this program. So 85% of our students that are landing in work study positions are landing full-time in an industry partner as an employee, and they're making $55,000 as an average starting salary. And like I mentioned, you're making that $18 an hour average wage while you're in the program, which is helping you walk out of college debt-free.
You know, as the region's front door to higher education, we enroll over 45,000 students. And we're seeing students not just from all over the state, not just all over the country, but really all over the world, making Columbus State one of the most racially and ethnically diverse schools in a region.
Once you're in the program, the faculty and the students, they get to do some things that just aren't done in other programs in academia. The ability to relate real world examples. So we have students that once they begin their work study are out doing these things day in, day out.
We're looking for somebody who wants to be a continuous learner, just because of the constant evolution of new technology.
We allow folks to work themselves up and to let their performance speak for them, and that drive to go get it. You know, they make their steps, and really there's really not much of a limit.
But Columbus State was very helpful, helped me reach out to people, gave me advice. Also, from the work study program, I still had a tailored resume, my LinkedIn profile, and Crane One actually saw my resume and recognized me from the speed interviewing earlier in the year, and I think that helped me land a job there.
And also to the students who are maybe thinking about what to do in the future, technology is not going anywhere. It's only going to get more advanced. And as we get more advanced, we need more technicians to service the equipment, to maintain the equipment. It's a growing industry.
Every week, we hear from Ohio manufacturers that are actively seeking the next generation of manufacturing and logistical professionals. The future is very bright for those with desire, attitude, knowledge, skills, and ability that today's industry is hungry for.
All right, so that was your sneak peek, getting to hear from some of our employer partners that attended manufacturing night. Like I said, Luis Perez from Target is here on the line with us tonight. If you tuned into our diversity in manufacturing panel, Luis also sat on that panel. So not to plug that event, but definitely go back and watch that recording if you haven't watched it. An incredible group of talented individuals in this industry came together to talk about being men and women of color in this field, and how that translates to the work that they do, and how the industry is shifting. And so really powerful panel, highly recommend going back and watching it. But we're going to jump right into the reason we're here tonight, which is to talk about the Modern Manufacturing Work Study Program. And so really what this program is it is a program that provides students with a paid year-long work experience while they obtain their degree here at Columbus State, allows you to walk out of here with your Associate of Applied Science 1-year work experience, and ideally walk into a full-time position at an employer partner following your time here at Columbus State and through this work study. And so there are 4 academic pathways that filter into this program. And so that's going to be electronic engineering technology, electromechanical engineering technology, mechanical engineering technology, and logistics engineering technology. I put electromechanical in the middle because it is really that combination, that beautiful marriage between electronic and mechanical. And then logistics is more on the supply chain pathway. So it definitely incorporates a lot of the engineering technology discipline with also a combination of some of those supply chain principles, information technology. So it's kind of for those of you that maybe have more of an entrepreneurial spirit, you really like the idea of understanding how things start at, how your Amazon package starts as a raw good and ends at your doorstep. Maybe that pathway could be for you. It is a little bit of a different option outside of our other 3 pathways. So definitely something to consider. But electronic, electromechanical, mechanical, and logistics are the 4 engineering technology pathways here at Columbus State that filter into this program. Always happy to provide you more information on any or all of those majors if you'd like to talk more in depth about any one of them. But I really want to talk to you about what would that academic pathway look like as far as your career here at Columbus State pursuing this program. And so it's a 5-semester program of full-time schoolwork. You'd go through a series of career readiness and training modules. You get a really great support system, both from the Columbus State side, from the employer side, as well as from our career services team. And school remains #1 priority through the program, which I think is really important to think about. And so what would happen from today is we would talk about getting you applied. You'd come to orientation this summer. It would be awesome. You'd meet your peers. You'd meet our employer partners. It'd be great. And then you'd start classes this autumn. So autumn semester is this fall semester is when you'd start classes. And we really allow you that first semester to kind of get started, dip your toes in. Maybe some of you are already Columbus State students. This is really this semester to just start in the program, ease into it. We also pair it with some career readiness aspects. So what that means is helping you get a resume together, mock interviews, and we'll talk about more in depth about what that career ready process looks like here in the next slide. But it's really an opportunity to kind of get your feet wet in the industry, get some of the classes you need in order to be able to do a work study. We've gone to our employer partners and said, okay, what are the skills that they need before they can come to you and do a work study position? And so we build that into your coursework into that first semester and that second semester. In the second semester, you continue that coursework, you're finishing up your career readiness, and you're ready to go into networking and interviews. The networking process really looks like kind of like speed dating, if you will, with our employer partners. You and a group of 1 or 2 peers in the program typically rotate around to different employer partners, allow them to kind of connect a name and a face after they've seen your resume, and really get to know you a little bit better before you would go into the interview process, which we'll talk about. And so if you gain that work study position, you are then in that work study position for the entirety of the second year of the program. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it works out real nicely. You're at your employer partners. Let's say you're working at Target or you're at Honda. You're there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday, Thursday, you are in cohorted classes scheduled specifically for you through this program to allow you to just do classes Tuesday, Thursday. That gives you your whole weekend to catch up on schoolwork. Only have classes. They are a little bit longer days, Tuesday, Thursday. You have classes Tuesday, Thursday. So what you learn Monday at work, you can take to class Tuesday and vice versa. It is made for you to be able to go through this process in a way that is pretty seamless, that allows you to relate your coursework to your work, and really graduate after 2 years with your Associate of Applied Science in one of those 4 majors we talked about, 1 year work experience, and ideally be ready to be like the 85% of our work study students that move into full-time roles at employer partners. And so what does the interview process look like? What does that go through? So you have proactive advising to ensure you have your classes are in the right order, that you're staying on track for the program, that you're staying on track for your major and your goals. We have an individual advisor who will work with you and work with you through those things. He actually schedules your courses for you. So you just meet with him to touch base on what you'll be taking and any other special requests that you might have. You get to go get career ready, we call it, which is really a series of workshops and modules that you have to meet in order to remain eligible to interview with our partners. And so you go through a resume review, you go through a mock interview, you put together an elevator pitch, you learn how to create a LinkedIn page, you go through diversity inclusion workshops so that you are fully ready to, when we get to networking night, these employers have seen your resume, now they're seeing your face and you're ready to say, hi, I'm Kaylor and I would be a good fit for your company and here's why. And you're confident going into those conversations. And then finally, you go through that competitive interview process that is really based on employer selections that come out of that networking night event. So what does your apprenticeship or your work study look like? You're going to make an average of $18 an hour. So kind of ranges anywhere from $16 to about $22 an hour, depending on the employer partner. You're going to have on-the-job mentorship. So not only are you getting really good leadership from our faculty and in the lab, so you're getting hands-on work there, but you're also going to get on-the-job mentorship at your industry partner. You're going to work an average of about 24 hours a week. Like I said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll consider that about 8-hour days each time. You're going to get hands-on training in the field, and you're going to get that opportunity for full-time employment upon graduation in most cases, which lands you making a job of about $50,000 to $60,000 a year right out of this program. And so there's a lot of benefits to this program. I think that kind of goes unsaid. The biggest one being it's not just a job. I was a college student. I had a job. I worked as a Starbucks barista. And apart from teaching me to talk really fast, I didn't really learn much else. It didn't land me in a full-time role. It didn't pay me a living wage, and it didn't help me meet my career goals. And this is a program that is going to do all three. This is a job that is going to do all three. I have students come to me and be like, well, I could work full-time, making $10 an hour at McDonald's. And I say, okay, but how about making $18 an hour? Although, maybe not as much as you want working part-time, but something that's going to lead you after 1 year of that job into a full-time role, making a very good salary. And a lot of these employer partners will even have options for what they call tuition reimbursement. So once you move into a full-time role, you have that opportunity to continue your education through them and get it paid for, which is an incredible benefit of this program as well. That burrito of support is a great benefit. You have mentoring, coaching, career and professional development, holistic wraparound advising and support throughout your entire 2 years. You're going to earn while you learn, which is great. And then really it's a way to kickstart not only a career. So you're not just kickstarting your education, you're kickstarting your career all in one. And so I'm done talking with you. This is and blabbing at you about this program. I want to answer any questions you may have towards the end, but first I want to give Louis and Leela my goodness, it's late and I need coffee. The ability to talk with you a little bit, tell you about their experience on both the employer side and the student side, because I think that is probably weights heavier than me just telling you about how great I think the program is. So I will hand it off to Louis. If you want to tell us a little bit about Target and your guys' engagement in this program, that would be awesome.
Hello. Thank you for having me, Kaylor. Appreciate it. I work at the Target Distribution Center in West Jefferson, which is just east of Columbus. My role there is the senior system engineer. So just quickly, my role, I am in charge of the technology equipment that we have on site, which is pretty much a logistics building. And in that role, I am in charge of safety training, technical training for our current technicians and also our MTTs, what we call them, our co-op technician, and hiring as well. So in the program, what we hope to get from whichever individual comes as a co-op for us is not so much that they're going to be doing the work that no one else wants to do. Not at all. We actually want the individual to come here and want to have their hands on the equipment, want to learn new technology, want to learn mechanical and electrical work, and that to the point where within that 12-month time where that individual is working with us, they will be part of the team, just like any other technician that we have. They'll be doing PMs, they'll be taking calls, they'll be troubleshooting. It'll be part of the team. So it won't just be someone carrying tools for someone else, not at all. Yes, there is a learning curve, but internally we support that person just like if it was a brand new technician as well that we've hired, so not a student. And like to Kayla's point, we do offer a very strong mentorship program, if it's with me or with a more senior technician, to make sure that they get the opportunity, the best experience and opportunity working for us. And if it's after the program is not with us, but that they can gain some really good experience that they can take with them to whatever next steps in their career.
Awesome. Thank you. That's really good insight. And I love the point of you're not an intern, right? Like we think of like traditional intern, every time you see in movies, you're getting coffee and you're, running trash and, doing whatever it is. No, you're working in this job. You're working in the industry. Like you said, this isn't just, the side work that no one else wants to do. They treat you just like you are coming in as a technician. And that's big as far as gaining that experience, being able to build that resume, whether you continue on with that employer partner or not. You have that to build out your resume and take you forward. And so, Leila, I'm being told that your photo isn't showing on the shared screen side because I could see a photo, but I apologize for that. But I would love to hear about your experience as a student going through this program. I know you recently just went through interviews, and from what I hear, you had quite a few of them. So tell us a little bit about that.
I really appreciate that. You invited me to this meeting. Like I would say it was a great experience. Like, you were the first person reach out to me and told me about like all these, like this program and how it works. And I like we talked back and forth and you explained it everything very well. So I decided to go through this program. And I think we had really, really good support from you, Rob, Julie, David. Everything was perfect. Like everything was organized, and you let us know in ahead what we are going to we knew what we are going to expected. Everything was like organized, and I like the best things I felt about this program was there was always somebody to support me. Like I knew if I reach out to Julie, you or Rob, you reach out back to me like as soon as you were like available. And if I have a questions or if I was like worried about something, you were always there to support me, to help me. And I'm sure for rest of the student, they experienced the same. And everything was really good. Like the event night was perfect and everything organized very well. I had over like 14 interviews, and then I got like as you said, a few job offer, and everything was like perfect. I didn't expect that, but like I really, really enjoyed, and I am going to recommend this program to whoever I know and whoever wants to go to the college, whoever wants to go build a career, because we learn how to make a relationship with the companies. We know how to build a resume, how we start making career, how we can secure a job. And that means a lot to me. And I cannot say thank you enough to you or to your team and to this program. It's just a great experience.
Wow, girl, you were busy on interview week. 14 interviews, my goodness.
Yes, I had a lot. Like my Tuesday was actually, I had an interview with Target too. Like I had like 6 interviews on Tuesday, and I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I was pretty busy, and I enjoyed it because like I learned lots about like companies I never know about, like how some of these companies are like international, how big they are, and I learned a lot about them, and how like huge opportunities out there for my career, and how I can like just go in an interview and like explain it, what I learned at the school, and how I'm going to contribute to the company if they offer me a job as a co-op.
Sure. And do you mind, I know we showed a slide that had the kind of the logos scattered throughout, but do you mind mentioning some of the companies that you interviewed with? I know you mentioned Target.
I had interviews with Honda, with Worthington. I had with Abercrombie, PK Control, Rosen, Sherman-Williams, Align Minerals, and Grote. What else? I cannot remember all of them, but it was a lot. Like Abbott, and then oh my God.
You don't have enough fingers, so I understand. But yes, no, that's great. And so yeah, so companies like PK Controls, Honda, there's several branches within Honda we work with through this program. Target, Worthington Industries, Abercrombie and Fitch. I mean, these are not small names, friends. To start off as, not only is this your first job in the industry, but it's a job that you've held for an entire year, all before you even graduated, let alone somewhere that you can move into as a first job post-graduation, and continue to flourish in that company, learn, grow, and move up. And so, you know, those are big. And so I'm going to open it up for questions here in just a moment so that you guys can ask any questions that you have to either me, Louis, or Leela. And so, but first I just want to talk to you about how to get started in this program, and what those next steps are. And I've kept the next steps very, very easy. So the first next step is, if you haven't already, apply to Columbus State. It's a free application. There's no essay. It'll take you maybe 20 to 30 minutes max. And you will be able to get your acceptance letter via email, usually within 24 to 48 hours. So if you haven't done that, it's just cscc.edu/apply. Definitely recommend it. The next step is just to chat with me. You can shoot me a text. You can shoot me an email. You can put time on my calendar for a one-on-one phone call. All those options are on the screen for you. I believe Tom will also throw them in the chat for you. And so you can also scan the QR code on the screen. That'll take you to my calendar as well. Basically, what we'll do in that conversation is a couple things. You'll tell me about your goals. You'll tell me about your interests. We'll talk about your eligibility. When I say eligibility, I don't mean that there's any kind of crazy standards for getting into this program. You just have to be college ready for the program, which is on a college ready standard of the college's standards. So basically making sure you don't need any prerequisite courses in math or reading to get you where you need to be to get started in this program. And that is all. And so we'll look at those things. We'll talk about next steps. And from there, we'll get you applied and ready to join us for orientation this summer. And so my calendar's there. Like I said, my email, you can text me at that number. Whatever is easiest for you. I'd love to start getting connected. I also want to promote our upcoming summer camp. We call it AMC, or Additive Manufacturing Summer Institute. It is free. It is a little bit of a time commitment, but it is free. And it's really cool with 3D printing, a lot of really cutting edge technology that you get to play around with and explore. And I believe it is a hybrid model. Don't quote me on it, but I think some will be in person, some will be online. And so I think there are some options with that. Definitely apply. Like I said, it's free. The best way to test out what you want to do is basically trying something in a free way before you pay classes for it, right? And so definitely check it out for those of you that would be eligible. Okay, I will turn it to questions from you guys. Whatever questions you might have, feel free to put them in the chat. Feel free to open your mic. There's not a ton of us on the line tonight, so whatever is easiest for you. You have the three of us here to answer questions, and whatever we can't answer, I'm happy to find someone that can. Any questions? I just covered so much good information. No one has any questions at all. So did Leela, and so did Louis. There's just no questions. We're just that good,
There's
you guys.
one in there now, Taylor. It says, can I begin taking classes through this program while I'm still in high school?
Yes, Daniel, I think we've mildly chatted about this before. Email me and I will get you connected with a CCP advisor, and we'll talk about what your options would be while you're still in high school for getting some of these classes knocked out. Perfect. Yes. Shoot me an email and I'll get you connected where you need to be. Any other questions? Okay, well, seeing none, I thank you guys again for your time. Leila, thank you for sharing your experience. Louis, we appreciate your insight from the employer side so much. I think it's really helpful as a prospective student to hear kind of, you know, what these companies are looking for. And getting to hear from an employer before you're in a program or before you interview is pretty awesome. Doesn't happen every day. So this program is unique in that space. We get you in front of our employers pretty early on. And, you know, just being here, you know, our employers remember people's names and faces. So keep that in mind too. So thank you guys again for your time. We will be sending out this recording as part of the follow-up email as well. Oh, Tom, we are on the same page today. I see you put it in the chat. So we'll be putting out this recording for you and for our friends that weren't able to join us tonight. And if, like I said, any questions at all, you have my text number, you have my email, and you have the calendar link to put time for a one-on-one phone call. So please use those. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening and the little bit of sunshine that we're getting here at the end of the day. And I look forward to talking with you guys soon. Bye.